Hello and welcome to Vjog 9. Now, in my 20s I used to regularly double up, sometimes treble up on races in a day, and I used to find that the earlier races somehow energised me for the later ones. So 57 now, thought I'd double up on a mile and a 5,000 metres because there's a 2-hour gap between both races. And you know, what could go wrong? So let's find out how it went. Here we are at Colchester, and it's the Essex 5k Championships, but this is a double race day because we're doing, or not we, I'm doing the mile at 5:30 because Trina, my daughter, told me there's a mile race as well, and can't resist a mile, so that's at 5:30, and then 2-hour rest for 7:30 for the Essex Champs 5k. So let's see how it goes. Okay, time to get a bit of a warm up in. Bit of a breeze, but it's a lap, so we'll have the wind behind us for 50% of it. I think it's about 15 mile an hour wind, and very warm, but ideal conditions really. Looking forward to it. Anyway, better get warmed up. So that was just a 2k warm up. I always feel better if I can get down under 8-minute mile in the warm ups, feeling reasonable with a low heart rate. That's always a good indicator that tonight everything's okay. I'm going to wear my streak flies tonight. Haven't been worn in anger in a race yet, and if they're good and I feel good in them, I will wear them for the 5k as well. Thing is, there's no carbon plate, it's just really good foam, but they do feel incredibly light, like slippers on the feet, so I think the carbon plate advantage over 1 mile probably is less than bigger races, so yeah, we'll give them their first outing. So here we go with the mile. Now, when I come into shot in a minute, that's the leader over the back there, and you're going to see just something about the range of height is going to give away the age group categories in this race, because up front there's about 4 of us adults. I'm probably the 4th one coming along, and look behind me, look at all these youngsters. There must have been about 30 of them, all under probably 12. It looks quite funny, doesn't it? Yes, it was really, this mile was just a fun run, and for the kids really, but I didn't want to turn down the opportunity to run a mile, and I did think it was going to be an accurate mile as well, and I need to get a road mile in ahead of the Westminster Mile in September. But turns out, although this is a 1 mile to the metre track, we ran through where we started and then another 20 metres to the finish, so it's probably about 1 mile and 20 metres, I reckon, so the time is not so practically relevant. Anyway, look at those flags blowing. I went through in 77 and then 77-ish, and then a 121 as I turned into the wind, and then down this last 100 metres drag into that gale, slowed right down to a 128, so 5:23, 24-ish I think. My watch took a split at exactly 1 lap past. There's Bradley Doe from our club coming through, and here I come, working as hard as I can into the wind, but there we are, mile done, and then just another 2 hours of rest, a couple of strides, good to go again. So here we go with the 5k. Now I'm in the 17 minutes to 19 minutes wave, and I was hoping there might be a few of us who are possibly just a bit outside 19 minutes. Wind has dropped a bit, which is good news, but I'm running pretty much bang on 6 minute mile in here, and as you can see coming into the first K, dead last. There you go. But 6 minute miling will get you home at 18:39, so we're all comfortably inside the 19 minutes at this stage. However, as the race progressed, that mile was definitely in my legs, and I soon dropped down to outside of 6 minute miling and ended up with a time of 19:06, which all said and done was still about 81-ish% age grade, and considering the mile earlier on was certainly a bad move in retrospect, I'm pleased with that time. So there we go. In hindsight, won't be doubling up again. I'm 57, definitely need at least a day to recover from a hard exertion, and with that lesson in mind, I can now focus on being a sensible lad for the rest of my life.